That's how you do it right there, boys.
Oh, you're so fucking weird. I don't fucking know, dude. That's what happens.
Like my 25th beer tonight. Michelob Ultra. Please send us some fucking beer our way. At the very least. We know you have plenty of it. So, 2.6 carbs. You don't want to even get fat. 95 calories. You're not getting fat off this beer. So, here we go.
All right, so if you guys are wondering, a lot of people were commenting about Michael's very charitable volunteer work at the Children's Hospital. If you wonder, by the way, if Michelob Ultra is watching, if you wonder how he makes it through a 12-hour volunteer shift work at the Children's Hospital, there's only one way to do it. Michelob Ultra. All right, guys, so this is going to be, what, phase 3 or whatever the hell. We're actually going to be taking the engine out today. We pretty much got the cherry picker set up, as you guys can see. Don't worry, Michael right here, he's actually going to run through how you actually, where you bolt it on, or different places you can actually bolt it on to remove the engine. And there's actually a couple more things you have to do before you can take the engine out. So what he's going to do is he's going to tell you what kind of locations you can actually place these bolts right here in specific locations so you can actually pull the engine out.
So, to get the transmission out, if you have headers on the car, the headers have to be removed. So you have to drop the fucking, shit, pause it, bitch.
Don't worry, I had all this shit out.
So you have the cradle. You have to drop the cradle to get the headers off. Once the headers are off and the cradle's dropped, you can pull the transmission. I already have it unbolted. I kind of got ahead of myself there. But once the transmission's out, headers are off, and cradle is out, you can either bolt right here in the front and right back here at the back with one of your bell housing bolts. I'd rather bolt there than through the head just because you have more thread. Or you can bolt, you know, right here through your front cover and into the head, and on the back side of the head with the same bolt right here you can use back there. And I know this chain should be centered up, but I just kind of have it supporting the weight for right now. And I'm going to get a transverse bar to run from here to there to center it up the chain to hold the engine. I just don't have one today.
So what are you guys trying to do right now?
All right, man, we're going to get up in there and we're going to take this here goddamn strut bolt out of there, and this goddamn, I said strut, that's just a shock, boy, because you got a goddamn coil spring right there, and you got a shucking shock right there. Shucking shock, not a fucking shock.
And what are you going to take? Wait, hold on, man.
So we're going to take this nut off here, and there's one right below. It's kind of hard to see up in there at the angle we have, but there's one here and one here. Those nuts are going to come off. The nuts have to drive out. So you have to remove the tie rod. You have to remove the fucking sway bar link down here, and you have to remove the calipers, tie them up, and once you have that all on each side, this will all just hang, and it'll be fine. Your coil springs will come out. Then you have two nuts up here. This nut here, if you guys can see that, and then one right here. Those will come out for the cradle to drop, but you'll also have your they're really hard to see up in there. I'd probably get a shot from the bottom. You have 4 nuts that hold the motor mount on, or we'll get the bolt that goes straight through according to which one we can get. And then once you get all that on each side, the cradle will drop down, but you have to make sure that you have the engine supported from the top, because once the mounts are disconnected and the cradle's dropped, the engine is just hanging there, or the engine's dropping down and going to slam. It's going to be a bad mess.
Okay. Yes, the only thing left to do is to actually get to work, and you guys can see for yourself exactly every step to try to remove this thing. By the way, if anybody from Michelob Ultra is watching, please sponsor us. We desperately need you.
And a lift.
Well, actually, Michael's going to explain one of the reasons why you guys should remove the headers before actually taking the engine out.
So, if you look down in here, there is literally no space for the headers to come back up, and there's no space for the headers to go down. That's why you have to have the engine hanging before you can mount the headers and dismount the headers. And you have 8 studs on each side. They go into the head, and then you have 8 nuts that you have to slowly tighten down in order to get the header tight. And the guy that put these on here really messed that up, and that's why there's an exhaust leak. So I figured I'd just do it myself this time. So Yeah, it's gonna be fun and a shitty situation. Oh goddamn fuck! Oh, yourself, you whore. In case Harbor Freight wants to sponsor us, this is a Chicago Electric.
There you go.
Oh, you're just hitting bolts? Never mind.
It's a meaty bolt, dude. Hey, we got the spring out. Tie rod. Most of the time you want to smack this with like a 4-pound mini sledge or something. Enough vibration will knock that tie rod, just make it drop straight out of there. So we'll take that nut off, get the ABS sensor off, pull that out of the way, and then we'll get the nuts behind it, drive the bolts out, and then this will be free. Fuck, I need another one. Let's show them what powered Zach to go ahead and pull this out. There you go. Get in there, big boy. Yeah.
This thing's in fucking tight.
Yeah, it's probably stripped. Alright, so there's that nut right there that holds this bracket on. Right there. And that'll all just dangle out of our way. Here's that nut, Zach.
Thanks.
And then we may have to put a wrench or something on the other side. Once again, we're using the Chicago Electric in case Harbor Freight wants to sponsor this amazing channel. And Zach's over there is going to hold the bolt on that side while I drive this nut off. Oh yeah, get in there, big boy. Oh yeah. Tighten it down. Yeah. We need an air compressor too if Chicago Electric wants to hook us up with an air compressor. I guess it'd be central pneumatic. Alright. So really you want to use like a brass dead blow hammer. I'm going to use this because I don't care if I fuck up the bolts or not. I'll just get new ones. But we're going to take this, hammer this bolt out, and hammer this bolt out. And then once they're out, this will all drop. Really shouldn't use an extension. You should use a brass punch also. But that's one bolt. This one's just going to need a little love tap. Alright, then we're going to lift this up and pull my extension out. Get in there, boy. I kind of goofed up. I got to get my damn extension out of there because I'm a dumbass. Don't let Snap-on see this so they won't warn kids. Oh, shit. That's a whole can right there, dude. Alright, so basically, guys, you're going to pop up under the spring with a pry bar. And then you're just going to want to push it out. Alright? Work from side to side.
Oh, shit.
And there it is. Now, coil spring, you don't have to, once everything's unloaded, you really don't have to worry about it popping out on you. It's not like a loaded strut. A loaded strut has a whole lot of tension under it. Now, if you're trying to pop this thing out and everything was loaded up, it'd be dangerous. But once the suspension is completely dropped, you have the shock disconnected, everything's disconnected. These are meant to pop out like this. Well, since that's out, more beer. But on a serious note, Michelob, if you're seeing this, I love your beer. That fridge is full of beer. I got cans there, a can here, fucking some cans outside. I want your beer. Pick me up. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and disconnect. Well, I say disconnect. We're going to take out the bolts that hold up the actual cradle. Get the cradle slid out of here. Then we're going to pull off the headers, get the transmission out, and the engine out is coming out this episode.
Recording. It's gonna black out, but just keep pointing it to where.
Alright guys, you see this bolt here and this bolt here. Those two are for the cradle. And then if you come up here, you have a nut there. Try and zoom in on that for you. You have a nut up there and one right up in there. On each side, you have those, and then the cradle will come down. This is what Michelob does to you. After you break the seal once, you're fucking done. You gotta piss every 5 seconds. Video, boys.
Oh shit! Well, watch out!
Damn it, boys. I'm used to that fucking bar door. Whew. Shit! I only have 6 left. Gosh. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up more beer, man. Just if Michelob would have sponsored us, we'd have a fucking pallet of beer right there, and I'd never run out. Come on, Michelob. Go ahead and sponsor this channel. For more badass builds, and for more beer from Michael, like and subscribe. And comment on the videos. I will answer if Mr. Random doesn't. Keep on going. Hey, you don't talk shit about that 38 impact. That bitch is big. Oh yeah, give her hell.
You want to hold the...
No, fuck that bitch.
Michael, will you please?
God damn it, I don't want to look like I'm sucking your cock in this video. Alright, go ahead. Oh, fuck. Dude, I only have 3 left after this one. That's bad. Michelob. You see this shit? I'm fucking running out. Need you to sponsor me. Fucking Michelob Ultra, boys. That's what powers this. Don't worry. I'm driving home tonight. It shouldn't smash your hand, honestly. Jesus Christ, it was coming. I was like, get your hand out from underneath that fucking impact. I told you to get the fuck out of the way.
Fuck you, Michael!
Alright, so the cradle is finally it's loose, guys. The battery's dying. We're gonna have to pick this up tomorrow morning. By then we should have everything out, and then the last thing we're gonna do is take the engine out. Okay, so as you guys can see, it is a brand new day. And now it's the time we've all been waiting for. We're finally gonna remove the damn cradle from this car. You guys saw all the craziness that went on yesterday, that went on last night. They removed the bolts from both sides. You guys saw exactly how that went. Now the only thing left to do is remove that cradle and remove that engine. Here we go.
Let me slide mine out a little bit more real quick.
Okay. Mine's digging, that's why. This is so sketchy. It is sketchy.
How long does the battery life last?
Not long at all.
Oh, it doesn't? You have multiple batteries for it?
I used to. I lost all of them except one.
Seriously? Nah.
Alright. Good fucking work, boys.
Alright, you want to start recording?
It's been camera fell. Alright, we missed the best part. See you guys later. Yeah, let's redo it. Whew. Alright, well, the engine is finally out, guys. And this is going to conclude part 3 of this build series. As you guys can see, now the fun part starts. Now the easy part starts. We can finally start building this engine back up to what it was supposed to be originally, and then we'll have all the fun putting it back. But for now, we're gonna end it here. Everybody's tired as hell. It's been one hell of a day, so there it is. One big gaping hole. Perfect way to end it. All right, I'm not editing that part out. See you guys on the next one.